Welcome everybody to the ultra advanced Ford Fusion. From the outside, when you take a look at the Ford Fusion, it's got a very angular face. It's also got a very striking and imposing presence. And that's all due to its not only long body, it's rather a wide vehicle, and when you see it coming along, you really know that the Fusion means business. But what the Fusion's really most impressive for is its wealth of vehicle driver assistance aid technologies. When you step inside the Fusion, the first thing you're greeted with is this large display up front, and it features the Ford Sync 2 system. Now, it's something that I've seen featured before. It was on the Focus ST, which I drove recently. You can click this link in the description to check it out. But basically, the Ford Sync 2 system is quite advanced. It integrates all your favorite media. It also provides a wealth of other driver and assistance features. So up front, you look at it first, you get this fairly simplistic tile-style home screen. Now, the Ford Sync 2 system is powered by Microsoft Sync, and it's got quite a bit of clever technology going on here. Of course, media is available through a wide variety of sources. So if you open the central compartment, you get two USB thumb drive slots, a SD card slot, and what you don't see in many other cars, your standard audio-visual cables, your red, yellow and white cables, also allow you to input devices through that. So there are a wealth of media sources available within the Sync 2 system. The other thing that's made the Sync 2 system so famous on Ford is the ability to speak to it, and it works particularly nicely when you're cruising along in traffic and you can't take your eyes off the road for even a second. There is another wealth of technology features in terms of active and passive safety systems featured within the Fusion, and they include everything from lane departure blind spot warnings to a button, and it optimizes your mirrors for the curb, making it extremely difficult to curb those lovely wheels. Now, with the Ford Fusion, you notice that it's a very wide and long profiled vehicle, so that does make it potentially a bit tricky through our bumpy, narrow streets. But then again, when it comes to the open country road, that's when the Fusion really comes to life. You get loads of space in here, one of the biggest boots I've ever seen on anything. I'll show you what I mean. The boot space in here is massive, as is the rear passenger space, and overall the dimensions of the car. Getting loads of room back here with the seat all the way back in my position, more than enough knee room, more than enough headroom, enough space to probably put 3 adults in the back, 2 in front with the seats right back, and the boot capacity is so massive on the Fusion. I'm honestly struggling to think of any car anywhere on the market that's quite this impressive. The Ford Fusion is available in 2 engine variants, the 1.5 litre petrol EcoBoost and the 2 litre petrol EcoBoost. There's also a 2 litre TDCi diesel edition. The one I'm driving today has the 1.5 litre engine, and it's very similar to that in the Ford Focus, which I recently drove. It's a very effective engine. Not only has it got enough punch under the bonnet, it also remains incredibly fuel efficient. So at the end of the day, what's my impressions on the Ford Fusion? I think the Ford Fusion appeals to a certain kind of market. For that family man or businessman going on a long road trip where you're carrying a lot of people, you've got lots of luggage capacity, all the safety systems you could ever wish for, and a massive boot. And for that reason, it makes it an extremely practical long-distance cruiser. From me, Jason of TechnoBok, until next time, I'll see you guys soon. Cheers for now.
TechnoBok.